be up here in Blowing Rock and this area here. Of course, I graduated from Appalachian State University, so as far as I'm concerned, you all are in God's country this morning, aren't you? Yeah. You can't see it out there this morning, but at least you know you are in God's country. I was not expecting all this fog, and it's what we call, air you can wear. I don't know. I don't know if the meteorologist got this right. I've always said about the meteorologist, I would love to have a job where I could be wrong half of the time and still keep my job. That is the problem, I think, sometimes. Well, I tell you, and when George told me about that, I was told that this would be the best looking group of Shriners that has ever been assembled in one place. And except for 2 or 3 of you, they're right.
And I say a special thank you for the job that y'all do in changing the lives of so many children that need your help and the impact you have on the families. Heaven has a special place for you and the work that you do in helping these kids that have no other place to go to. And you're to be commended for that. Well, we also know that we're all called to do something. And yours is very special.
I just want to commend all of you for the wonderful work you do. You have to be the most unselfish people in the world. There is no doubt in my mind about that. You are the most unselfish people in the world for what you do. And I'm just so proud to know many of you and to be affiliated with you.
My mother lived till she was 94. She was an only child, and when she decided to kind of get her affairs in order, I had 3 brothers, she put sticky notes on everything she had of any value. The chairs and the tables and the dishes and everything. Well, there were a few small items, little pins and so forth. And I looked at one of them. I was trying to help her a little bit with it, and I said, "Well, what about this one, Mother?" She said, "That's my daddy's Shriner pen. I want it buried with me." So that's exactly where her pen is. It is such an honor to be here. Tommy Norman is an old friend of mine. Virginia Fox are going down the mountain later on, and we're going to do a special military event in Kernersville later on today. I'm looking forward to the great parade. And Mayor, there will be sunshine. Sunshine, Carolina sunshine, Appalachian sunshine.
Well, let me first thank you for your incredible work that you do for children. And they're the most vulnerable. They don't deserve to have these illnesses. They've done nothing to deserve it. We've got to do everything we can to help them. And what you're doing in the Greenville Hospital, in Charlotte, where I was mayor for 14 years, is you're not doing it for the works. My faith doesn't do it for the works. You're doing it because it comes from the heart. And I can't tell you how much I appreciate that.
Governor, this is my granddaughter, Whitley Something. I'm proud of Whitley and her mom and dad. Whitley, when I became potentate, she said, "Could I help raise some money for the Shriners?" And she's been out, what we call it Whitley's Wish, raising some money. Part of which is to renovate the hospital rooms so that parents and children can stay there free. And the other thing is to raise some money for the comfort dogs. So she's a good ambassador, and it's good to see young people out joining in with the work.
Here comes the latest in technology. It's high-powered, and we've got it revved up and ready to create a Shriner. Now, creating a Shriner is a tough proposition, and we have a very strong director staff crew here ready to do it. And let's see what we have produced here. We ready? Here we go. Here comes our Shriner, and this is what it's all about. Ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much. The lovely young Ava Whipple.
What a terrific day we've got here for a parade, and I can't tell you how glad I am to be up here in God's country. And I tell you what, I'm an Appalachian State University graduate, so let me start out by saying, go Mountaineers! All right, how many Mountaineers do we have out here today, by the way? Oh yeah, they're in force. It is so good to be here. So we're going to kick off this parade today, and I'm going to try to help you keep up with who's coming through and what's going on a little bit. And following behind the police chief is our Blowing Rock Mayor, the Honorable J.B. Lawrence. And no parade would be complete without a band. We're talking about not only one of the finest bands in North Carolina, we're talking about one of the finest bands in the United States. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Wakanda High School Band. And following right behind the Pioneers, ladies and gentlemen, we have a special visitor with us, the governor of the greatest state of the United States, the governor of North Carolina, the Honorable Pat McCrory.
I'll make this quick. I love to be in Blowing Rock, North Carolina. I feel like I'm in heaven. The fog is lifted, the sun is coming out, and I want to thank the Shriners for everything they're doing to help children. And let's never forget their cause and the dedication of public service that every one of these men are given. And thanks to their families. And also, let's also thank the veterans. We're real close to Memorial Day.
Thank you, Noble George, and thank all of you for coming out to support Oasis and all that they do for raising money for Shriners Hospitals for Children. Is the governor still here? I'd like to make a couple presentations. Okay, I would like to present to the governor of North Carolina a children's tie that indicates all the children that we take care of. And the other presentation I'd like to make on behalf of the leadership of Shriners International and Shriners Hospitals for Children is the Imperial Potentate's Medallion, the highest award that we can give in Shrine International. So Governor, thank you for what you're doing, and we hope that one day you'll become a Shrine Mason.
Thank you.
Everyone, please welcome Congresswoman Virginia Fox from the 5th District of North Carolina, and along with her is Shriners Hospital patient Abel Whipple and her mother Jackie Whipple of Cornelius. And we were delighted earlier this morning to hear from Congresswoman Fox and Jackie as well speak at the special event where we were recognizing patients and riding behind them. And our next unit is State Senator Dan Suchek. And welcome him, State Senator. It's good to have him with us this afternoon. And Al Madison, the past Imperial Potentate of the Shriners, following behind in that car there, in the passenger side, riding on the right. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the Oasis Color Guard, carrying the flag of the United States and others, and the North Carolina flag behind it as well. And then we've got the Oasis Drum and Music Corps, Bill Morton, North Carolina, of course, in Jackson County, and following the Drum and Bugle Corps man you just met here just a moment ago, the Chief Executive Officer of Oasis Shriners, David Sumter, and his wife Sandy from Murphy, North Carolina, and Rodney Morgan is an executive officer of the Oasis Shriners, also captain of the guard there. Rodney Morgan following behind in that red vehicle. And then Michael Neves, also with the Oasis Shriners. And following behind them, carrying the colors of the United States, are the AMRAM Oasis Shriners from Raleigh, North Carolina. And the potentate of the Raleigh Oasis Shriners, Sir Roland Britt, everyone, in another ragtop. And from New Bern, North Carolina, another far down east, is the potentate Rick Jackson. Rick, give a big wave to the folks in Blowing Rock, let them know our inductees who've just been inducted, newest members of the Oasis Shriners. Let's give them a hand. What an honor to be inducted into the Shriners. And you may recognize this character here. It looks like a Fez, doesn't he? And his name is Fez Head Fred. So give a big warm Blowing Rock welcome to Fez Head Fred, yeah! And behind them, we have Officer Bill Carter. No relation to John Carter. Oasis officer Bill Carter, his wife Lauren, and prominent businessman Shriner Dieter Hederick, all of Blowing Rock. And following Fez Head Fred are Masons from the lodge here in Boone, the Boone Lodge of the Masons. Gentlemen, a pleasure to have you here. There we go, the Snow Masonic Lodge, number 363 here in Boone. And of course, everyone, you know that the Carolinas have a great heritage stretching back to the Highlands of Scotland. The High Country particularly has a long traditional connection to Scotland. And check out the big Fezzy Bear. Not Fozzie Bear, but it's Fezzy Bear coming up right now. This is the Shriners Hospitals for Children trailer. The Shriners not famous for the wonderful Doom Cats, and here they come, riding those special vehicles that everybody loves to see. Here they are, the Doom Cats, everyone. They are world famous. The Gator Patrol. You got any idea why they're called the Gators? Well, take a look at this. You can see exactly why they're called Gators. These specially custom-made John Deere vehicles. These are the Gators of the Oasis Shriners. And now the Oasis Band. For more than 100 years, the Shriners have been making music so children can walk. These guys are good. And then, who should we have behind the Oasis Band? But perhaps not only the funniest group, but the funniest looking group of characters that you'd ever want to see. Everybody loves, and everybody knows the Oasis Shriners the Clowns. If you like antique and classic cars, and who doesn't, you have really come to the right place today. Greet the Oasis Oldies, led by Charles Hale of North Wilkesboro and Thomas Sumter of Winterville, North Carolina. They're back, bigger and better than ever. They're still alive and well at Oasis. The Keystone Cops, led by Chief Cop Cal Green of Stanfield, North Carolina. How about it, Keystone Cops? The Oasis Scooter Patrol. Oh yeah, this is an award-winning group of daredevils, led by David Ricketts of Stokesdale, North Carolina. How about it there, daredevils? The Oasis 500s, led by Fred Wood of Clemens, North Carolina. The 500s, how about that? Named so after the Indianapolis 500. We've got them racing down the street. And here we come, the Oasis Desert Rangers, leading the Shriners across the hot desert sands at Main Street in downtown Blowing Rock. The great vehicles are led by Michael Wentz of Advance, North Carolina. Yeah, oh yeah. We've got a few hillbillies around here. I feel right at home with them, I'll tell you that. So, pull up your cam and pull the plug and join Brother Jack Fine and William and the Oasis Hillbillies. How about it? What we've got here direct from the Charlotte Motor Speedway, the Oasis NAS Parts, led by Jim Church of Brown Summit, North Carolina. How about this? Oh, we got the big names. Even the Intimidator, number 3. Ooh, man, oh man. The Oasis REO Band, a venerable unit that's performed on many occasions. How about this? They even performed at President Eisenhower's second inaugural parade. REO Band is led by Roy Williams of Boston Santa. It's the that wonderful sound made only by, you recognize them, Model Ts. These are the Sand Tears. There are many Model Ts. And now we have the Oasis Roadrunners following our Model Ts. Step up and after the Model Ts stick around, it's Roadrunners. Now coming through making a lot of noise. These are amazing go-karts from the Piedmont Pistons. They've entertained thousands in numerous parades. If you've been to a parade in North Carolina, you have probably seen the Piedmont Pistons. Get ready for a rough punch, and at least we visit with the Oasis Steel Drum Band, led by Donald Piper of TK. Here behind the Oasis Camping Club, the Surrey Mini Truckers, They're trucking along in a convoy led by Ron Stupin of Toast, North Carolina. Got the Oasis Wagoneers on the scene. They are good friends. And they're able to led by the
I'm here to tell you that if you look at this little boy and see that his prosthesis are scraped up, scratched up, dinged up, there are chunks missing from the liners, I promise, and they smell from sweat. Let me just be honest. And I realize that the hospitals are what's at the heart of this for my children, but for me, what's at the heart of this is the relationships that I have with each of you and the privilege that I have of sharing my children with you. I hope that sharing my children with you is as much a blessing to you as it is for me to be able to do it. So, honestly, from the bottom of my heart, and if you can't see my heart right here, then take a close look, because these children are my world, and you all make it a beautiful and better world for us.